Is the mic good where it's placed at, or should I move it?
You're good. I just messed something up last time.
Why? What happened?
It was me. I was doing it real quick last time. I was tired, and I didn't double check where the noise gate was set. And so anytime you weren't like shoving the thing down your throat,
I was a little quiet last time.
It was cutting it off. Yeah, it was my fault. It was my boo-boo.
It's all good. So, I don't have anything important to say anyhow, so it's all good.
Listen, it was bad because there was 2 people in the podcast last week, and one of them kept trailing off. So
that's not usual because usually I'm the loudest guy in the room.
That is true. So it was my error. Put that on the record.
Holy
right out of the gate.
crap, ladies and gentlemen.
Totally my fault.
Oh, welcome back to the Racing Answer Podcast.
This is like almost rehearsed.
Groundhog Day? I want to cuss. I want to like get my money's worth, you know.
What the monster energy are you doing here?
It shrunk my most favorite organ. The pancreas.
When we say something dumb, we just gotta swear and you'll cut it out.
Wow, it does sound slow.
Oh, Mr. Andy Petrie!
So is 5 average?
I thought 6 was average.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to...
Oh, hold up. You didn't even do the clap. What the hell?
I do. I'm going clapless today.
Dang.
We're doing it. Living on the edge, baby.
Clapped
Come on.
out, full throttle, baby, full send.
I know. That's because I'm about to announce the new title of this podcast, which is the Penske Fan Club.
That's right. Right.
Since this is now the Alex and Kevin show, we've decided just to rebrand.
We're rebranding it. Yep. cutting loose some dead weight.
This is this is a weekend of celebration.
The whole way around.
12 gets to victory lane. 21 gets back to P2 after being spun.
Yeah.
Kenny won.
And Double D.
Yeah. And the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, and that was an immaculate play.
Gosh,
you couldn't write a better finish.
So their offense was not amazing.
No,
yesterday.
it was not until the second half, and even then they weren't amazing.
Right. It was like somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
and
but they got it done.
Special teams is just like, nah, it's cool. We're just going to block this field goal and run it back for a touchdown.
Blocking 2 field goals in a row and then picking up his own blocked field goal for a 60-yard touchdown run. Big boy unhitched the trailer and got it done.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
That's right.
Gosh,
Go Birds.
Good. Go Birds. This is not a football podcast, but
we had to make note.
Listen, there is some celebratory. It's just you and I, but we're still going to celebrate because it was a good week.
It was the whole way around. The only way it would have been better is if Alligator would have won too, but they were off this week.
I know, or if Brad didn't decide to wreck himself in half the field by running into the inside wall. So you know what's funny? This is immediately what I thought of. Do you remember when we used to play video games, NASCAR Thunder, and we would always do the dumb stuff at New Hampshire?
Oh, 100%.
Because there's a crazy amount of grip on the apron in the video game. I don't know why.
Yes.
And the amount of times that I've ran into that wall coming off turn 2. And as soon as Brad hit it, I was like, oh my gosh, it's NASCAR Thunder.
Right.
It's back.
First, we have the Hail Melon repeating what we used to do in NASCAR Thunder, and then that with Brad this weekend. Dude,
we're getting both sides.
We're reliving the early 2000s. It's amazing.
All right. I'm going to listen, since no one else is here anyway, we're just going to call off the rest of the podcast. I'll bust out the PS2.
Let's do it.
You and I are playing NASCAR Thunder for the rest of the episode.
Let's do it.
Actually,
I like it.
Maybe that's an episode idea. I don't know why I'm spitballing this in front of everybody, but all 40 of you that listen. But we should do an episode while playing NASCAR Thunder and talk about the race.
Especially Martinsville weekend. That would be perfect.
Oh, okay. You're sparking some good ideas. Some special content. Where's the camera? Some special content coming your way. Martinsville weekend, because Kevin's giving me ideas and I own a lot of techie stuff. So we're going to make this happen. This will be fun. There was a follow-up on that. I don't know what it was. It was hilarious. I don't know if you remember too, in NASCAR Thunder 2004, the game, if you would hit turn 3 and 4 correctly, you could slide through the grass and drift your car without losing much speed. So you could go from 5th to 1st in one turn.
Nice.
So then what happened is we all start doing it because obviously we've all figured out, well, this is the way you have to be competitive. It's like what drivers do, right? So you're like, all right, this is the fast lane. So then there would be 4 of us all tailing off at the same point at the entrance of 3, flying through the grass, sliding sideways, and there's a pit wall there. that eventually you will hit. And it did not take too awful long, and eventually we did find it.
That's amazing.
But the funniest part was when you had 3 cars like drifting through the grass, and then everyone's trying to dive a little bit lower, which works great until you're coming off the corner, and it's like, oh crap, there's cement. Boom.
That's amazing. It was almost like a reverse slide job because you're ducking down. And
yeah, the slide job was on you, and it was the wall that was sliding on you. It is dangerous.
Gotta love it.
Kyle Larson's going to do that at some point, I'm sure. That's a given. So thank you, Brad Keselowski, for that trip down memory lane. That was great. Man,
I mean, we appreciate the nostalgia, but it would be nice to see the 6 back up front again like it was in the Mark Martin days.
And he was fast. Like, he was passing cars.
Yeah.
Like, because at one point I was watching the race. I'm watching the 12 do well, watching the 21 do well until he got wrecked. And then I'm watching the 6 do well, and I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be a good podcast. Like, all of our guys are like doing well. And then Brad goes 17 wide and runs into the inside wall.
Yeah.
Then Barry gets turned by the 8-8, and I was like, all right, well, the 12 is our last hope. And then lo and behold.
Yeah. I mean, and kudos to the Wood brothers and Josh Berry. I mean, that was a hell of a performance driving back up through the field. I mean, Buddy's got some speed. I can't wait to see what they do next season.
I'm excited because I felt like, the last couple months, Barry got a lot of heat from people saying he didn't deserve to be in the playoffs, which I just didn't agree with. They had some bad weeks, but there was a lot of progress. And then, of course, the first round of playoffs, he just got screwed.
Oh, 100%. I mean, you cannot control your car catching on fire from the buildup of rubber at Bristol. Like, he wasn't the only car to catch on fire either. It's just he had a string of bad luck. But even whenever he, would do like the hot seat, and run for the Hendrick cars and do the one-off races, he did good jumping in those other cars. Because didn't he substitute for Bowman at one point when Bowman had an injury?
Yeah, I think he finished P2 in the 48 car.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
he's good.
Barry's got skill, and the Wood brothers, I mean, they haven't had a solid driver in that car since Blaney. So I'm loving the fact that they're back up in the front and in the mix of things.
Can I tell you my internal conflict those last 20 laps was off the charts?
Right.
Because there's like...
And he was running them down, too.
Oh, yeah.
Barry 100% was running Blaney down.
Until was it turn 3 that he overdrove
he just dove in too deep.
And I think he heated up his tires enough. Yeah.
Yep.
And like they were still pulling away. I don't know if you were watching the interview. Like even with them racing the snot out of each other, they're gapping P3.
Yes.
Like it was awesome.
Yeah, it was so good watching that. I mean, I wish Barry wouldn't have cooked the tires because I think that would have been quite the showdown. In this format or in this iteration of next generation car, getting to somebody and passing somebody are two different things. And I think that would have been interesting because that was one of the few tracks that this next gen car performs well at.
And I one thing I definitely want to give Blaney credit for, a big shot coming from me. I thought what was really cool is one of the things he got asked on the front stretch was, what was your thoughts on the 21 racing you? Is that appropriate that he should be racing a playoff car? And Blaney immediately dismissed it and went, Josh,
he's racing for a win.
And he's like, I would be doing exactly the same thing. Josh should be racing for a win. And he said, I knew he was going to run me clean. So like, he said, I was nervous because he was running faster than us.
Yeah.
But like, and so I thought that was cool. Like, let's just immediately throw this whole, like, everyone needs to treat us with kid gloves because we're playoff cars. Just immediately nix that.
Agreed.
That was good.
Agreed. I loved it also.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that even though they are sort of teammates, just because of the affiliation and everything, as long as they didn't take each other out, they were both down for good hard racing. Even Barry said in the post-race interview, I wish I could have got it just a little bit closer because I think I could have raced him for it. I think,
and it was good.
It was good.
So here was my inner conflict. Is obviously like look around me. I'm a Blaney fan first, but I love the Wood brothers and I really like Josh Berry.
That's heritage and history in the sport.
And there's a piece of me that is like, I'm starting to look at the points because I'm thinking, okay, maybe Barry should win this because it means more for Barry to win. And like Blaney at this point can probably
he's pretty much locked into
anyway.
The round of 8. Yeah.
So I thought, well, maybe it doesn't matter. And then I was like, no, screw it. I want Blaney to win. Like yeah. But then when Barry lost track position a little bit of distance, I thought, man, maybe that would have been cool if Barry won.
But the fact is, he still added something the Wood brothers have been missing for years. And I'm not trying to knock Harrison Burton because I wanted him to succeed in that car, but the talent didn't carry over, and I think they moved Harrison Burton up too quickly. But I'm loving Josh Berry in the Wood Brothers car, and I would love to see them get more wins next season and be a true playoff contender. Not just out in the first round, which, again, no fault of his own, but I would love to see him make it a deep run.
For sure. Well, I was really hoping to get a question to this answer from somebody else that's not a fanboy, because I wanted to get like a more true input on this. But now it's going to be you and I doing this, so nobody even pay attention to the answer to this question because it's going to mean anything. What would you have rated the race, and even tie that in with the new tire to see what you thought?
So, I mean, trying to not think about the finish of the race and trying not to be a complete homer in this situation, I would give it a solid 7.5 to an 8. I mean, even the truck race, I think, was good, and there was a lot of movers and shakers happening.
Yeah, and honestly, and this is, again, where I don't want to sound like a homer, because it's like I was happy with the results, but I thought this was one of the better short track races with the next gen car. It felt like you could make moves there. The tire degradation was but it was at least degrading enough that I thought the cars had to trim out a little bit, which lowered the center corner speed, which allowed for actual passing to happen. So I did appreciate that. It's not, we're still not in Gen 6, Gen 4 territory, but I thought it was good.
I think it was definitely moving in the right direction.
I think so too. And New Hampshire's never been a barn burner. So like, I don't want to say there's some wild expectation that we fell short of. Like, I think for New Hampshire standards, this is a pretty good. Yeah. And that's why I'm with you. I think 7.5 or 8. I got to go. But yeah.
The other thing that I like to think about is, even with the truck series, which is a completely different platform, there were still movers and shakers. There were people driving through the field and making maneuvers, and nobody was stuck to just a high line or a low line. Like, you could enter off the car in front of you and diamond it in apex a little bit differently. There were multiple grooves. We were just talking about it before we started the show. Bristol, we missed the days of the fast line being the bottom of Bristol because it opened up so many more opportunities. Now everybody's dedicated to the top, and you couldn't pull sliders. You couldn't really move at Bristol, which is a shame because it's a short track and that's always a high excitement track. And it left me kind of wanting, I feel like it really wasn't a spectacular race.
No, I was really impressed, and I'm glad to hear that. What I think what frustrated me, and I have it later on the list, but you kind of teed it off, so we're just going to roll with it. We obviously didn't podcast last week. I was in North Carolina on a job site, and I was dead. Like, when you guys were cool with just not potting last week, I was like, hallelujah, I'm going to bed. I think I was asleep by 7 last Monday night. I was that tired. I think
you said in the group text that you slept for almost 14 hours, didn't you?
Like, I think I was out at 7 or 8, and I woke up at 7 or 8.
Yeah, that's saying something right there.
But if you saw the 3 days before it, you would understand why, because it was insanity. We had a wedding on Sunday. We left the wedding at 7 o'clock. I still had to drive back to Mechanicsburg, say goodnight to my kid, and then drove to North Carolina.
Dang, that's busy.
Yeah. So I was, it was just a wild weekend. Anyway, but Bristol, sorry, ADD rabbit trail. I think one of my frustrations at Bristol was it felt like we were given two decisions. We either had to pick a complete poop show or the Can't Pass 500.
Yeah.
And I know part of that is the reconfig at Bristol because it hasn't been right since SMI screwed it up.
Pretty much.
But even so, I felt myself last Saturday night being entertained. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was entertained because it was a complete poop show, but I felt myself wanting more because I still watch Bristol and go, it's not Bristol.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are we trying to do? Like, I saw, was it Chris Gabehart or Chris Gale made a comment last week where he just said, oh no, I'm sorry, it's Rudy Frugal. He said, what are we even trying to do? And I actually really like that statement because I thought that was a valid, like, we're trying to make Bristol into this big tire wear race, which it's never been.
I mean, it was and it wasn't at the same time. I mean,
like there was management, but it wasn't like tire wear.
Exactly. Yeah. It was tire management, and you had to really manage how much to push and how much to save, because you didn't want to wear your tires out and you wanted to have something for that last push of 10 or 15 laps. And, now I like that they brought a softer tire, but it didn't add anything to the race itself. And when you got cars catching on fire without any mechanical failures, that's problematic.
And because the irony is, like, when the tire is so hard, nobody can pass, so they're all running in a single line.
Yeah.
And then last Saturday, it was nobody could pass because everyone's afraid to put the throttle down.
Exactly.
So it was weird.
How many cars were that caught on fire? Wasn't it at least 3 or 4?
They were all Fords too.
Yeah.
There's something in the design of the Ford that is not good for that.
Yeah. I just wonder if it's just something with the shock package they were running, or if it was they had too low air pressure and it was rubbing on the inner fender, or what. Like, something just wasn't right there.
It's weird because you would think that part of the car is the same on every manufacturer, but obviously there's something different, because Harvick did this 2 years ago at Darlington. Remember, his car caught on fire.
Yep.
And supposedly they fixed it.
Not.
Yeah. And then it was all Fords at Bristol. So obviously there's something going on in the Ford design that is causing it, which sucks because that's mostly who we root for. Although I was okay with seeing Cindric go up. I thought he was going to knock him out of the playoffs. I so wanted to see it. Sorry, I'm not a Cindric fan. I'm not. You're a Penske fan. I'm a
Penske fan, but did you ever see the meme of the Dragon where it has like 2 or 3, pissed off at Dragon heads, and then it has one that looks stupid, really derpy?
Yeah.
That's Cindric in the Penske crowd. He's the derpy one.
Hey, I just like the 12 and the 21. That's all I need out of the Penske shop. I'm happy with that.
Fair.
That's a good set. The Wood Brothers car. So so I think parlaying with that, I was impressed at New Hampshire that I felt like we got sort of an in between. Like, yes. I think that's what we're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it was a good racing product because they weren't, dedicated to just one line, and there were cars that were actually able to make moves. I think that is what the fans want. They want to see a racing product where people aren't just, follow the leader the whole time.
Yeah. So I'd be curious to see. I have not had much of a chance to listen to anybody yet as far as podcasts, because I'm curious to see kind of what everyone else thought of it. Because obviously, like, we're a little bit biased on yesterday. So
biased? No
I know.
Way.
I know, it's hard to believe. So I am curious to hear some other opinions to see if we're way out to lunch or if we're onto something. But yeah, it felt like a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Props to Cody Ware for pulling a Danica Patrick. That was great. Welcome back, Danica Patrick, to the Cup Series. Good to see you again. Love it. I will say Austin Dillon straight up wrecked Cody Ware in the first stage.
Yes, he did.
And he dang near took out Blaney, which I was not happy about.
Yeah, that was just bonehead move upon bonehead move right there. And I mean, I kind of felt bad for Cody Ware, and then I remembered who we're talking about, and I'm just like, par for the course.
And then you watched him swing and miss in stage 3, and you're like, it's Cody Ware. Yeah,
pretty much.
But don't worry, RCR is a blue collar team, so I don't know if that nullifies the wreck. Maybe Rick Ware Racing doesn't get any damage then. I don't know how that works, but RCR is a blue collar team. So whatever that's worth, Rick, as you're fixing that car that Austin put in the wall.
So as much as I hate to say this, and I really, really hate saying this because I cannot stand Kyle Busch. I think he's a complete D-bag toolbox.
Still? Like, you still are on that train?
I am.
Curious. Okay.
I am. But to know how talented he is as a driver, and I can admit that he's a talented driver.
Yeah.
But know how talented he is as a driver, and for him to be a mid-pack car at best, like that's pretty bad.
And they weren't even mid-pack this weekend.
I know.
Sucked.
Yeah.
He got in a wreck, but he was running like 30th when he got in a wreck. So it wasn't like
it wasn't
like that derailed his day. It just kind of confirmed it.
Yeah, it's just a shame to see a team that has been in the sport for as long as they have such a struggle.
Yeah.
Then again, if he'd kick his grandson out of the car, maybe they'd be able to start doing something.
Both of them. Yeah, but they're doing so well. I think they both were running 30th yesterday, so congrats to them.
That sounds about right.
Potentially the hot topic of yesterday, and I loved every second of this. Give it to me more. We had JGR beef.
Yeah.
Beef.
JGR on JGR crime. Love it. Love everything about it.
And does it not just make your heart smile?
It does.
Like, it was
It really
great,
does.
You know, yesterday was such a
and
heartwarming
Silver Spoon
day.
Kid at that.
I know.
To be the one that has the trouble. It's so good.
And for anybody that wasn't watching closely, Ty Gibbs got exactly what he deserved.
Exactly.
He dang near wrecked the 20 twice, and then he completely drove like a tool against his teammates.
Across the nose of Hamlin, yeah.
For multiple laps. I mean, this was a 20-30 lap because I'm watching his instance with Bell, and Bell had to save it twice. And I'm thinking, all right, Bell needs to take him out. And then Hamlin was right behind him, and he must have just thought, well, Bell's not going to do it. I got this.
Yeah, I mean, I hate giving props to Hamlin, but I'm proud of you, kid. I love that you put the Silver Spoon Kid in his place. Now, do we think that Hamlin's going to face repercussions this week at Daddy Gibbs's race shop?
I don't think so. I put his car upright just for this moment.
Just for this moment.
We just had to honor this moment. Don't worry, guys. It'll go back upside down after this episode's done. But I don't think so. I think look at the track record. You know, which one is successful, which one's not, and which one is historically getting into everybody.
It's true.
I mean, I think Denny's fine. I think Denny's fine.
One other thing, just to note, we still, or not we, but NASCAR still has not fixed this trailing arm issue. I mean, the one time that Ty Gibbs got into the wall, I mean, he barely brushed the wall, and that trailing arm was busted, and he was off the track for, 30, 50 laps, something like that?
Well, it cracks me up because there's moments with the next gen that you see it take a hit and you're like, holy frick, that thing's tough as nails.
Yeah.
And then it's like you brush the wall and it's like 4 bent toe lengths.
Exactly. Well, it's that trailing arm. You know, it waffles the tire out, and then, Ty Gibbs about looped himself, just going down that wasn't a pit road, but the runoff road. Yeah. It was just so bad. Why can we not fix this trailing arm issue?
And I think, going back to the beef, you have to bring up, so obviously we saw Ty's actions, and we've seen Ty for the last 3 years with a whole lot of things that we haven't been impressed with.
Exactly.
And Denny made a comment on the radio that I think was really telling. And
what the F is he doing?
Well, no, that was good. That was good too. But he made a comment after that I think gave us all like a really good insight into the culture at JGR and what goes on behind closed doors. Because he goes, is seriously nobody going to talk to him?
Yeah.
And I think that was the big moment where you get a chance to see as a race fan, he might
some of the inner workings behind the curtain.
He might be the Silver Spoon Kid that does nothing wrong. I think that's what we're seeing. Mm-hmm. And never mind that what it appears happened is that Denny Hamlin lost his crew chief to benefit Ty Gibbs after this past year. So and
yet he's still making it work.
Well, and just so much, and it's like when he has speed, he can't execute. There's a whole bucket of issues in that 54 camp, and yikes.
Yeah. We get on Hocevar for his nonsense, and it feels like Ty Gibbs is right there in that same boat. I mean, making the same bonehead moves and not maturing as a driver and getting a better handle on what is an appropriate move and what is not.
Yeah, no, I agree, and it's gotta come soon, man. I mean, it's how long can you ride your last name? That's the question.
Unfortunately, because of him being the
how long has
grandson.
Austin Dillon been in the Cup Series? That's the answer to the question. In case anyone's wondering,
3 years, 4 years.
Oh, Austin Dillon's been way longer.
No, I was talking about Ty Gibbs.
Oh. Yeah, I think he'll be there for a while. Unfortunately,
but
it's my phone's not loading, so we'll never know. We'll never know the answer.
We'll never know.
Somebody comment on the YouTube video if you know how long. That'll help us.
The one thing that Austin Dillon has to his credit is he has had those one-off wins every 2 or 3 years. That's the only thing that's really saved him.
Like randomly shows up, and then the next week he's wrecking Cody Ware for 36.
Pretty much.
Like it's just.
Yep.
It's so bizarre. Did we miss anything else with Cup? I mean,
I think that pretty well covered it, honestly.
There's not a whole lot. I mean, the points, there's not a whole lot of shocks. I was checking it out. I was trying to reload points while you were talking on my phone. It's just not happening. So we're going to do this from memory, which is Blaney's leading, so who else cares?
Yep, exactly.
Yep, you got it all covered. Go 12. Lining up for championship number 2. I called this like 2 months ago, so I have no shame.
Penske for Pete,
Hey, as long as it's not Logano. Anybody at Logano. Not freaking Logano. Just, oh my gosh.
Well, hey, like you said, it's not an even year, so you should be safe.
Yeah. And if you look at this round, Sunday was Joey Logano's chance to put himself in a good spot.
It was. I mean, he didn't do bad. He finished, what, P4?
Yeah, something like that.
So,
but I think you saw the difference in speed because, the 21 went to the back twice. The 12 got put back multiple times, and they still finished 1-2.
Logano had the fire-off speed and was fast out of the gate. But then as the long runs went, that's whenever he'd kind of fall off, where Blaney was the exact opposite. He didn't have the fire-off speed, and he'd lose several spots each restart. But then the long-run speed would carry him, and he would just be off to the races.
I think if Logano would have started the race in 10th, we never would have seen him. Because when he lost track position,
he was done.
Game over. Like you didn't see him the rest of the race. I don't know that he maybe passed a car, but if so, it was one car. So I think again, and aero blocking. Gosh, just Anyway,
Moving on.
Heim wins his truck race. Gosh, I'm so sick of that.
Heim time again.
He did tie Greg Biffle for most wins in a season, so 9. He's now tied with Greg Biffle, so there's a good chance he beats that record.
Nice.
Let's be honest. I mean,
I'm okay with that. I mean, I have nothing against the Biff, but the kid deserves it. I mean, he's talented.
Yep, and I'm sure he will lose the championship race due to a flat tire or something.
That would be great.
Because the playoffs are very legit. And also, I saw a crazy stat today. The last winner not named Heim or Riggs was Stuart Friesen.
Really? That's crazy.
Which is kind of wild, and it also sums up the Truck Series season.
It does.
It
does.
There's been 2 competitive trucks this year, and
I still think Honeycutt has done good in the Friesen truck.
He has, man. I feel like I expected that extra 5% out of him. Like, he's not bad, but I just need. I thought New Hampshire we were going to see something out of him. And it, again, I think he finished top 5. Like, it wasn't like it was a bad race.
But he just didn't have the wow factor.
No, and I guess just being a bit of a short track guy, go into a track like New Hampshire, I really was kind of expecting Caden on Saturday, whatever day it was, Saturday,
yeah.
To kind of poke out, and I just didn't, I don't know, he didn't poke.
Yeah, I just wonder if it's not like a communication issue or something like that, being with a team that he's unfamiliar with.
And it could be. And I mean, there's still time. I think he's in a really good point spot, so he still has a legitimate shot to make the Final Four. So, I mean, can you imagine if Caden Honeycutt upsets?
Honestly, I would celebrate the kid. I really would.
I'm a fan, man. I like Honeycutt.
Well, and to pump some money into the Friesen team, I think that's good because I mean they are one of the few small teams still out there. I mean,
and they race everything,
modifieds, everything.
No sprint cars, right? It's all it's all
modifieds. I think he does a little bit in late models, but I know he's definitely big into the modifieds and then the trucks.
No, that would be wild. I don't think it's going to happen, but it would be wild.
It would be amazing too. But if not Caden Honeycutt, Riggs it is.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. The wild thing is Riggs has a legitimate shot at winning this championship.
He does.
If you look at the stuff the tracks that he's strong at, and you look at Phoenix, there's a whole lot of parallels you could draw. Mm-hmm. Now, I think New Hampshire is going to. I think a little bit what we saw this weekend is probably going to be what we see in Phoenix. I think there's at least some things you could draw.
Parallels.
And obviously, Heim kicked everyone's butt. So maybe I'm saying all this for nothing, and Heim wins the championship by 3 laps because he laps the whole field. So it could happen. But, man, Lane on shorter tracks, he could make it a race.
He could sneak one out, yeah.
Gosh, that'd be wild. I would almost feel bad for Heim. For like 2 seconds, and then I would celebrate for Lane Riggs.
Right,
but
exactly.
For like 2 seconds, I would feel bad for Corey Heim. That's all I had on truck notes. It was a good race.
It was. I mean, the little bit that I saw of the truck race, it was a good race. I was busy at the race shop doing some duties there, helping
preparing
Team
for the
Edkin.
win. Yeah, we'll get there later, but preparing for the win.
Yeah, helping out with Team Edkin. But yeah, I saw the last either 30 to 50 laps roughly of the truck race. And
nice.
What I saw, Heim dominated. But it did look like it was a good race, and it looked like there was lots of movers and shakers. So
yeah, no, I can agree with that. News rumors, Rick Ware Racing and Legacy Motor Club, Motor House. It is Motor Club. It feels weird. I don't like the name.
yeah, it doesn't roll off the tongue very well.
It doesn't. Reach an agreement to sell a charter. So basically, Legacy is buying a third charter from Rick Ware Racing. So Rick Ware Racing will only have, I can't say that name fast. I go, Rick Ware Racing. So they will only have one charter now, which will be the 51 car. The big question here was right now, RFK is leasing the second charter, which was the 15 car, for the 60 car. So the big question was what's going to happen to that? Well, from everything that I read, Legacy is buying the third charter, but they are not ready to launch a third team. Duh. Anyone that's seen their performance on track understands that's not really a huge secret.
Well, that would really hurt RFK to lose that third vehicle. It really would.
Thank God the plan is Legacy is going to lease that charter at least for 2026 to RFK to run the 60 car. So the 60 car is safe from what I read for next year. Yeah. Because RFK has no plans to move anybody around. Like what the team is now is staying.
Well, and I mean, why would you? The weakest link is the part owner of the team. So he's not going to kick himself out of the ride.
Now, the wild part is that Legacy still wanted to go through with buying the charter because depending how this court case goes in 1.5 months, charters might not exist or they might be really cheap. Like you might be able to buy a charter for about $50. You and I might be able to buy a charter depending how this court case goes.
Hot dang, let's do it.
I was a little shocked because I think they paid pretty premium money from what I so none of the official details were released. They kept everything behind closed door, but some of the numbers I saw thrown around, Legacy paid some money for this charter that might be worth whatever a piece of paper is worth. Yeah. So it'll be interesting. Chilling on a dirt road.
Oh, and it was a good dirt road to chill on this weekend.
Kevin is officially a winning crew chief. Well done.
I don't want to take unnecessary credit.
All the credit.
I may have stepped into the role. I am not the crew chief. I was just basically doing what Kenny told me to do, but I was making sure it got done.
Oh my gosh! For those that don't know, Kenny Edkin, a friend of the podcast and
all around good guy
to this guy.
Yeah.
Won on Saturday night.
So it was kind of funny. We had a couple teams come over and want to know where the lucky horseshoe was that we had because Kenny pulled a 6 from the pill draw at the beginning of the night, which made him start at the front of his heat race. And then when they're coming around to do the redraw for the feature, I tried to get our motor builder to draw the pill, and he wouldn't do it. He didn't want to pull bad numbers. So I was like, all right, look. Just pull it. If it's a bad number, I'll take the heat for it. And he goes, no, I can't do it. So I was like, all right, I do it. And I pulled out number 1 for Kenny. So it was a good way to start the feature.
That was good. And Danny Dietrich, guy that we root for as well.
Oh, he handily won that in the 410s at BAPS.
Yeah. I hear that is Adam's brother, right? Adam Dietrich.
He wants to be part of the Dietrich family. He really does.
This is my favorite piece of new information in the group chat because I will continue to bring this up, and I can't wait to see Adam next because I'm totally calling him Adam Dietrich.
That's amazing.
Nobody gives a crap, but I'm going to share this anyway. So I had the realization, I was looking at the victory lane photos from Saturday night. Everyone's happy celebrating. And I was like, holy frick, Adam looks exactly like Danny Dietrich. Like a younger, slightly chubbier Danny Dietrich.
The resemblance is a little uncanny.
It's pretty scary. So I texted it to our group, and Kenny's response was something to the effect of, please don't say that. And I was like, oh, well, now the door's wide open. Like, I'm totally bringing this up. And next time I see Adam, I can't wait. I'm going to say, do you know you look like Danny Dietrich? No, so that was listen, it was a great weekend to be somebody that we root for.
It was. It really was. Good. I mean, the whole way around, it was good to be, one of the drivers for the Racing Addicts podcast.
It was for the Penske
with the
Fan Club
exception of
podcast.
RFK. For the ones that show up of the podcast.
Well, that's why we've renamed it the Penske Fan Club podcast.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Really, I think the worst performing driver of ours this weekend was Lane Riggs.
Right.
And he finished, I think, third.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, he was the one holding up the whole rest of the weekend for us.
No,
That's
it was
wild.
It was good. I mean, Double D at Baps, I mean, he was just locked in and just pulling away from the field. Even whenever he got in lap traffic, I mean, he was just driving around them like they were sitting still and nobody could catch him. And then Kenny, he did the same thing. I mean, he was making all the good moves. And, you know, I'm not saying that Johnny wasn't somewhat staying up with him, but Kenny had a considerable lead on the rest of the field and nobody was reeling him in.
Ryan Blaney at Flat Tracks, Danny Dietrich at Baps.
That's right. Kenny at Baps too.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think Danny, they have won a lot of races there.
Yes, they have. I mean, I think he said that's one of his favorite tracks to go to in this area.
Oh, no kidding. He wins all the time. It'd be my favorite track too.
And he is, in fact, leading the points at Baps. Danny Dietrich, that is.
I would sure hope so. It's third win this season? Question mark?
Something like that.
And they've only raced there, I think, 4 times. Like, I think Macri won 1 and Double D's won 3 times, if I remember correctly. Again, I'm doing all this from memory, so sorry.
So it's something like that.
There's a plus
it's
or minus
close.
2 on all of those numbers.
Oh, geez, don't die, Alex.
Oh, sorry. I had a Middlesworth barbecue chip get caught in my throat.
At least it was that, not something else.
Like freaking Lay's? Who eats that crap? Lay's suck.
Dude,
here you go.
and they're full
This is
of
our
air.
weekly advertisement for Middlesworth barbecue chips. Most delicious chip in the world. I highly recommend it.
Yeah. For you people outside of Pennsylvania, you don't know what you're missing.
Literally, there's nothing else good about Pennsylvania. We have dirt tracks and Middlesworth barbecue chips.
Yeah.
That's it. That is the entire highlight reel. The roads are trash.
Yeah.
You're going to have to replace suspension on your vehicles every 3 years, at least in
Get
my
an
experience.
alignment every 2.
Oh, exactly. Tires, 6 months tops. Your back, chiropractors make so much money up here because of driving on these roads.
Well, and shops doing framework from all the salt they pour on the roads every year.
I'm telling you, Kenny needs to open up his shop outside Eldora Speedway.
Oh, that'd be good.
That is my next $1 million business. Because every time the sprint cars go to Eldora, there's massive wrecks. And I forget who it was. There was a wicked flip at Eldora this weekend during the Four Crown event.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
I was like, all right, Kenny, I got your next $1 million business idea.
Well, and he said that he's repaired 80 cars this year.
That's
it's
freaking
actually
wild.
over
It's
80.
wild.
But when I talked to him, he was right around 80 cars on the year that he's repaired. And that's not even, odd jobs that he's done, like one-off work. That this is just major frame repairs.
Listen, if he keeps making his way up the ladder, he might get some work from the mayor of Port Royal,
I mean, maybe.
who I found out about 45 minutes ago is Sisney. So for those,
Yeah, they announce him as the mayor, and whenever they do, yeah.
I feel like half of this podcast so far has been relative to our group chat. This is getting ridiculous. I'm sorry.
Right.
I need to stop bringing this up. Williams Grove Friday night. I had to give them credit because we make fun of Williams Grove a lot. Like a lot. We're pretty hard on that racetrack. And I thought, so overall this year, I feel like the racing's been better.
Better.
Like I think we're
Not
notches
great.
ahead.
It's still not what it used to be back in the 90s and early 2000s, but it's been better.
But like Friday night, I believe Freddie Raymer won, barely beat out Lance Deweese. Listen, everyone was a Lance Deweese fan. Like we were all rooting for that 12 to win. But I think Freddie started 6th. And for anyone that doesn't know, like you do not win outside the front row at Williams Grove. Like it just doesn't
it's
happen.
follow the leader in a race of errors.
And I think Double D started, I think 16th or 17th. He had a garbage qualifying and then heat. And he finished 7th or 8th.
Yeah, he finished in the top 10.
Yeah. And then, of course, LD and Freddie Raymer both started, I think, 5th, 6th, somewhere in that ballpark. And then it pretty much came down to the line. I mean, LD, like one more lap, I think LD had him. So there's
a strong argument for that.
And I was rooting for him. I mean, how do you not like Lance Deweese?
I mean, I'm not a big Lance Deweese fan, but if you're pitting him against Freddie Raymer, I'm definitely taking Lance Deweese.
What's like, as an Eagles fan, you're obligated to root against the Dallas Cowboys.
Exactly.
As a Danny Dietrich fan, I'm obligated to root against Freddie Raymer.
Agreed. 100%.
Like, you don't have a choice. You know what I mean?
I agree with you. I'm the same way.
It's like if you're an Austin Dillon fan, you have to root for the devil. It's like those two things they just work hand in hand, It's like...
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh,
that's amazing.
One of these
Too
days, I'm
good.
going to pay for all these jokes I make against the Dillon brothers.
Well, I mean, once they actually show an ounce of talent, maybe we'll lay off a little bit. But until then.
Well, thank God I never go to McDonald's, so there's a good chance I never have to run into them.
That's fair. That's fair.
I was joking that's their next line of employment in case anyone didn't get the joke. Yeah.
No, I mean, I think that would still probably end up burning the French fries or causing a mess in the grease. So, just saying.
Rico Abreu continues to win on track and off. Signed with a lesser known team this week, Tony Stewart Racing. They've done a few things.
Who is that team?
They apparently win a lot. They haven't done it recently, but they usually.
Now, sorry, is this a team that's going to stay funded for like a year or two, and then the bottom's going to fall out?
Please no. We've already seen the NASCAR thing once. Like, I will say I enjoyed listening to. Stewart and Abreu were both on the Dale Jr. Download this week. I thought it was a very cool interview. And I was kind of curious because we've seen some stuff with Stewart lately where it feels like he's a little wish-washy. So I kind of was like curious to gauge.
Is that just lately?
Yeah, the last 3 years.
There you go. There you go.
I guess that's lately, right? So I was really curious to kind of gauge that. And it felt, I don't know, it felt like there was a new energy. Mm-hmm. Of course, Stewart Haas Racing rebranded and then closed the door 4 months later. So maybe that means nothing.
Yeah, that's the truth. For Rico, I hope it works out, and I hope that he lights the world on fire. I like Rico Abreu. I mean, I think he's a stud. I enjoyed whenever he was running the truck series. I just wish he would have been with a better team and actually had a fair shake at things. So, yeah.
I can back that up. No, and by the way, he won the 4-crown high limit race at Eldora. So,
imagine
big
that.
Shocker. And at a banging, was it Friday night? They had that like 3-way battle to the finish between him and Reitzel and someone else, and Reitzel sent it. I mean, like, I don't know how he didn't wreck, sent it, which is kind of what Reitzel does. He's really good at wrecking people and doing dumb stuff. So I thought this. When I was watching the replay, I was like, "Oh, he's about to flip." It felt like
I just had that feeling.
I had that feeling.
Yeah.
But it somehow stuck, and just barely Abreu pulled it off. It was impressive, and it's exciting to see Abreu do well. And I believe he's back in the points lead in the high limit.
I don't know that for a fact, but I know he's up there.
Which good for him. I mean, I'm selfishly I'm a bit of a Brent Marks fan when it comes to high limit, but Brent just can't get to victory lane this year.
This is terrible. Did you see Rico's jump off the wing of the car?
No, I did not. I'm not kind of bummed now.
You have to see it. It shows him in victory lane. He's up on top doing the wing dance, and then he slides down the front and launches himself off the front of the wing on the car.
That's commitment.
Dude, I'm telling you what, that's like probably jumping off a 2-story building for him.
Wow.
I say that with love. I say that with love. I'm a Rico fan, but damn, I was just like, that's going to blow out a knee or something. Holy crap.
That's like us jump. Yeah, you're right. That's like, I've been there. It's not fun.
Yeah.
That's
saying.
A lot of commitment. Did he bounce off the front wing? Like, did he like jump off this onto that? Or did he just like full send
like
it?
he came down, slid off the front, and then jumped like catty corner this way.
Wow.
Yeah. You got to see the video. I think you should.
I'll look it up. That's
you
brave.
got to clip that in. That in.
I got to find that. Whenever my phone decides to work again, I'll have to find that. If anyone wants to donate a new iPhone to me, your boys do. My iPhone 11, which is 6 years old now, is she about done. 9 a.m. I didn't know where to slide this in, so I threw it in under dirt road. I'm completely aware it was not dirt; it was asphalt. Nobody send comments. This is where I put it on the list, so that's when I'm going to say it. They ran the mod race at 9 a.m. at New Hampshire on Saturday morning.
Yeah. I wish I could have seen it.
Oh, were you sleeping?
Oh, I was preparing for the day.
Oh, so I kind of liked it, and I really thought the time slot was going to be awful, but I kind of liked it. But maybe it was just me.
I mean, if I would have known about it, if they would have like put any pressers out about it, that would have made a difference.
Well, thank God I listened to Door Bumper Clear, because when Tommy Baldwin talked about it, that's how I knew when it was.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it. I was just going through my normal pre-race routine, trying to get all the stuff done Saturday morning I need to before heading to the race shop and doing all the racing stuff. So,
and then you're like, oh wow, there's a mod race on, but it was pretty good. The wild finish. Wild finish. The guy that won apparently has never won a mod race. Nice. It was his first ever win. And like the mod race at New Hampshire is kind of like their Daytona 500.
Oh, okay.
This is a very big race for the mods. So it was a very big deal. And he ended up wrecking coming across the line. He probably didn't need to. I think he just was so defensive. He's like, I'm going to just choke the guy as much as I can.
Yeah.
And he kind of like did one of these numbers into the wall.
Yeah.
But won with no right front wheel.
Nice.
So
props to him.
Yep.
I'm excited to see the mods at Martinsville. I really am.
I am too. And they historically put on a good race. And at worst, it turns into a poop show. So either way, we're winning.
Hey, did you know that there was a Pennsylvania hill climb here a few weeks back? Okay, so they start at the bottom of the mountain. They race up the road to the top of the mountain. You're racing against the clock and other competitors within your division. There were several people that took Legends cars, modifieds. There was full-blown race cars. There were street cars. I mean, it had a little bit of everything, and that was pretty neat to watch.
I feel like I saw a clip of this now.
Yeah.
Because I think somebody ran an old Cup car.
Yes, they did.
Oh, I did. I think
yes,
I
they
did see a slice of this. I don't know where I saw it though.
I stumbled across it on the face pages on the reels. But dude, I want to know where this race is and what do I have to do to get entered next year.
Yeah,
it looks fun.
I don't know. It's it could be good. It could be good. Yeah, mods will be fun at Martinsville. Race of the weekend.
100% going with BAPS on Saturday.
Man, I'm kind of bummed I couldn't go. I really wanted to see it.
Couldn't go.
Okay, can I make one plea here real quick? This is the BAPS Motor Speedway.
Put it on.
I'm talking to you.
Put it on Flow instead of Sprint Car Unlimited.
Okay, Sprint Car Unlimited is the biggest freaking ripoff in the world.
Right.
So here's my beef. I get it. If I'm going to the race, it's going to cost me $30 to $40.
Yes.
I'm great with that because the at-track experience is worth every penny. It's a completely new, but you charging me $35 to watch one camera on top of the press booth going like this, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, like, if they, because they're going to do the a la carte thing, which I think is stupid. But if you're going to do the a la carte, make it like 10 or 15.
Yes.
Because if it were $10 or $15,
they'd have so many more viewers.
Oh my gosh. Saturday night, especially knowing that it was the 410s and the Sportsmans,
yes,
I for sure would have bought it for $10, $15. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, $35 to watch one guy's little handy cam on top of the booth? I can't do that.
Yeah,
and then
I don't blame you.
Meanwhile, I turned on Flow Racing to watch High Limits, which, oh, by the way, cost me $150 a year for limitless racing. I can watch that 24/7 if I want to.
Every day of the week.
Gosh, and replays and whatever. Like, just, BAPS, ditch the Sprint Unlimited. I don't care what they're paying you. It sucks. Talk to Flow or do your own pay-per-view and charge a realistic number. I'm great with any of these options, but Sprint Unlimited ain't it. And this might be a hot topic because some people defend them. I hate it. Not a fan.
Also, there, besides the two awesome wins at BAPS over the weekend, it was a little interesting leaving that track on Saturday because there was something burning down literally right across the street.
Right? Really?
Yes.
Like on property.
Well, so if you're looking at BAPS is over here. This was catty corner over here across the street, but they had to bring multiple fire trucks in, and then the fire trucks had to go out, refuel, and come back again.
Holy frick.
Like, I don't know what caught on fire, but it was legit.
You think it was like a car or something?
I don't know. Because where it was, all I could see was a giant pile of stone and smoke rising up. But, dude, whatever it was that was on fire, it burnt big time.
Burnt. Well, hot dang. The action did not stop when the race was over.
That's right. That's right.
It just kicked off.
Yeah, that was going on the entire time that the racing was happening.
Gosh.
That the fire was burning.
That is exciting.
Yeah.
That could have, yeah. Man, I'm even more bummed I wasn't there.
Because everybody likes to see fire.
That's right. Yay, fire. Yeah, let me just resort back to our like primitive state of being. We're like, oh, fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing, this is also not racing related, but I felt like we just had to say something. Like it's such a big event in the world. Obviously, we had the assassination of Charlie Kirk a week and a half ago. And this one hit really hard. And I think the reason it hit hard, and this isn't political at all, actually, I think the reason it hit so hard is he was such a big freedom of speech guy. He was such a big guy in terms of open dialogue, open discussion. And if you watch all these clips from his discussions, like they're very real. They're not
and never
political
once
points.
did he incite violence or
Right.
He wanted to have a discussion, like you said, and debate facts, numbers, and hard data. It wasn't oh, go burn the city down, like you see from other political individuals.
Yeah. So it was really a somber thing. And obviously he's big in his faith. I'm big in sharing my faith, my Christianity. And just to see that was obviously heartbreaking, but I think the fallout from it has been amazing. And fallout's the wrong word because it's been very positive. Revival, honestly, is probably a better way to put it. But the watching the memorial yesterday was like an insane experience. So,
and regardless of left, right, center, wherever you fall on that political spectrum, the assassination of somebody who was truly innocent is just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And now there's two little kids that have to grow up without a father. It's bad. I mean, again, regardless of where you line up on the political spectrum, nobody should die just for no reason. Like that callous, cold-blooded, just should never have happened.
Yeah. So it's just, I don't know. It's almost like a challenge to me, like with what he did with his short life. Like you look at the impact of him.
Oh yeah.
It's the amount of people that came to the memorial service, the amount of things you're seeing about it. Like the fact that a 31-year-old had that big of an impact is amazing. So it really puts pressure on me as a man, husband, blah, 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 whatever. That like, okay, like I got some standard to live up to. Like, dude killed it. Like, so, hey,
and going to I don't want to say fallout, but the FAFO, these individuals running their mouths and just acting completely unhinged, celebrating the unjust murder of an innocent person. I'm kind of glad that people are getting their just desserts and seeing that your actions do have repercussions.
I will say that I guilt-free hid some people in my Facebook this week.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
I'm also...
That's all I'll throw on that topic.
And one last political comment. Shame on ABC and Disney Corporate for reinstating that idiot Jimmy Kimmel. After his heinous comments, he should have been blackballed from everything publicity.
Well, I'm sure his 10 followers will be excited to see him back. Yeah. Anyway, like I said, I know it's not racing, but I just felt like, when you have something like that, I feel like is of that magnitude, I don't know how you don't say anything. And obviously thoughts and prayers go out to his family, not only for the loss, but like the strength for what they now have to do. Like his wife is now carrying on his legacy, which is freaking incredible.
It
like,
is.
I don't know if anyone got to see what Erica Kirk said yesterday. I had tears in my eyes. It was freaking phenomenal. Like 10 out of 10.
For her to forgive that murderer,
right?
That shows a level of maturity from her, and that was not easy by any way, shape, or form. And that is her just trying to live by the example they set, I think.
Yeah. I felt years ago like God told me I had to forgive somebody, and it was for something way less, and it took me way longer to do it. So, I mean, just so impressed what I'm seeing from her, and excited to see what they do. I legitimately think there's a lot of really good people with really good intentions, and I'm excited to see kind of what this legacy builds, because what he started is not ending. And again, I think there's a lot of good that comes from it. So, that's it. That's all I'll say. Back to racing.
Yeah.
Sorry, again, I feel like we had to say something. Like that was just, you can't just skip over that. Next race predictions. I did not update our predictions after Bristol. So
damn it, Alex.
We are going to get a chance to pick based on what our list was. So if you end up picking the same person you did for Bristol for Kansas, you get a freebie because I dropped the ball. And obviously nobody picked for New Hampshire. And at the beginning of the season, if people don't remember, we were doing a thing where if we forgot to pick, we just kind of automatically got our favorite driver.
Yeah.
We decided halfway through not to do that because Blaney was winning a lot, like just doing really well. And I kept getting all these points after not picking. And I was like, this is stupid. So we had to kill that. But so we were going into New Hampshire. And again, the board reset when the playoffs did. So you still have the entire field minus 2 drivers to pick from.
Nice.
So there is quite a bit. So Blaney won.
He did.
So I'm just going to let you go first. I feel like I've had too much celebration. You gotta go first.
I'm looking at the results from Kansas last year, and I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm going to go with Billiam Wyron for this weekend at Kansas.
So I was torn between 2 different drivers, and that was one of them. So I appreciate you saying that because now it just made it easier. I think he's going to be really strong, and honestly, we saw more speed from Hendrick this past weekend than a lot of us expected.
Yes.
So I think you're going to see some serious strength out of Hendrick this weekend, which I think they need. They need some of that. But I'm going to go back to JGR. I think Denny Hamlin gets it done. I know, but
suck.
It's not going to be 23-11. They kind of suck right now. And I don't know, Jenny's got a little something at those kind of tracks, and I think it's the 11.
Do you think he's got a little bit more motivation because of the lawsuit?
I think there's a little slice because I feel like Denny has an extra 10% of fire this year.
I agree. Like there's just something, he's got something going that, he hasn't had in seasons past, which I don't want to see him win the championship. I am vehemently against him winning the championship, but for some reason, he's got some more fire this year, it seems.
Yeah. Which it's not going to matter because as long as Blaney gets to Phoenix, he's going to win. So that's already locked in. I still say, and I go back and forth on this lately watching him, if Bell makes it to Phoenix and Blaney makes it to Phoenix, we are going to have one heck of a battle for the championship because I think the only driver and team on par with the 12 at Phoenix is the 20.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And
he's hungry too.
Oh, he is. And
he's very hungry.
He's been so close all these years, and I'd be okay with that.
I think C-Bell definitely deserves.
I'd be mad in the moment because it's my guy. I root for the 12, but I think when the dust settled, I could be happy for the 12.
I could be. Yeah. I agree with that.
I'm going to clip this later if it happens and I'm not happy, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And David and Mitch are collectively both going to take Cody Ware because they skipped on us again. So
Agreed.
We're actually augmenting the rules and they can both have Cody Ware this week.
That's great. And if Cody Ware wins, they get 2 points.
How do you like me now? And last minute shout out to Jake from Here for the Speed. He last minute was going to try to jump in with us. He had some stuff with his family going on tonight and just couldn't kind of make it work, which I did reach out to him like an hour and a half before we recorded. So obviously knew that the odds were low, but I appreciate him putting in the effort to try to make it work.
Most definitely. They're good guys.
Oh my gosh, they're so good. And you guys see us do stuff with them all the time. But if you're not already following the Here for the Speed podcast, you got to follow them. And their social media is run by their wives, and you can tell because they're
great.
They have all like the corny, cheesy social media trend videos, and they're freaking hilarious. So there was one that Matthew did, and this was like probably 7 months ago at this point. But there's one that Matthew did, and it's the trend where like you're holding up the hood of a car, and it's like people always ask me, Daniel, what do you do when you change your oil? Well, first off, my name's not Daniel. I'm Matthew, and it was like, I don't know, there's something about it that I legit laughed out loud. Like it was so funny. So anyway, I don't know why I said all that.
No, I agree with you. Yeah. I think it's great. It's entertainment at its finest.
They're good. They're great guys. And hopefully, we've loosely talked about it, but we are hopefully doing another
end of season wrap up, aren't we?
I think so. I think that's still our game plan. Or at the very least, we might do like a Christmassy thing with them.
Okay.
Everything is TBD, but obviously, there's not a whole lot going on. We didn't do anything last Christmas because I just had a child and I was trying to keep my head above water and I wasn't sure what day it was. So we kind of just were like, hey, the season's over. Bye. See you in February.
It's fair. Honestly, I'm a big advocate that after Thanksgiving, everybody should just hibernate until, St. Patrick's Day? I'm not a drinker, but that's like right around mid-March when dirt track season starts up. So
it is. And man, there's some good dirt track racing. But we will have maybe the Eagles going for the Super Bowl again. So
that's fair.
We have
that's
that.
Fair.
They just got to get the offense figured out. It's not the offense isn't there, but defense and special teams, holy frick.
Heck yeah.
They're
Watch
doing
out.
it.
Watch out.
Oh, I still want a Saquon Barkley jersey. If anyone's looking for a last-minute Christmas gift for me, I'm going to send this to my wife.
Zach Bond. Talk about coming out of nowhere. What a stud.
Oh, love it. Chef's kiss. Anyway, this was a really weird way to land the episode. But
it was. Hey, go Birds.
Go Birds. Go 12. Championship number 2, baby. Holla.
That's right.